Hi everybody, it is May 16, 2019. It's 2019. I have lived 6 decades. 6 decades in a country that has just proven itself to be one shit show after another. Are you tired of it? I am really tired of it. Will the Trump regime attack Venezuela and Iran? Everybody was so worried about Hillary Clinton coming into office. She's going to start a war with Iran. Oh, here we are. Yes, with that, well, he was just a swamp. It was swamp. He's a swampy kind of guy. Yeah, he's going to drain the swamp. Well, he got rid of some old swampies and put in the older swampies from the Bush team, the neocons, who don't give a shit about anything but starting war to take over countries. And hey, Trump is right there with them. Naked aggression and other hostile actions are its favored strategies. Trump delegated his geopolitical agenda to hardline extremists, Pompeo and Bolton and Elliot Abrams and a whole lot of them. Yes. And foreign minister, I believe he's the foreign minister of Russia, Sergei Lavrov, said U.S. military intervention in Venezuela would be catastrophic. I don't see any supporters of a reckless military solution in Venezuela, nor is there any international support for U.S. belligerence against Iran, Israel, the Saudis, and perhaps the UAE. Likely the only nations for it, yes. Israel, the Saudis, United Arab Emirates, US are the only nations for it. Measures against Iran include withdrawing from the JCPOA nuclear deal, imposing multiple rounds of sanctions on its officials and enterprises, threatening sanctions on nations buying its oil, and continuing normal relations with its ruling authorities, designating its Islamic Revolutionary Guard, Iran's military, as a terrorist organization, along with threatening military action against the country. Are you sick of this? You know, never ever threaten the United States again, or you will suffer consequences the likes of which few throughout history has ever suffered before. We are no longer a country that will stand for your demented words of violence and death. Be cautious. That's Donald Trump to the Iranian president. All right, you know, still getting slammed by Trump supporters. This guy is so sick and twisted, man. He is such a little 7th grade bully shithead, and all he does is just threaten other countries. And Iran has not started a war with any country in centuries. And we're just taking over the planet. Oh, I said planet. I'm going to get in trouble because it's not a planet. But people are saying it's a plane. Wait, it's a globe. No, wait. Whatever it is, we exist here, and I don't care what it is. All I know is the shit show is getting stinkier and stinkier and stinkier by the day. Doesn't it make you nauseous? The smell of evil, shit, violence, war, death, destruction, rape, pillage, steal resources, while pretending that we're morally superior to everyone. Oh my God. I've lived it my entire life. So have you. So have you. Yeah, prior to joining the Trump regime, Pompeo and Bolton publicly urged terror bombing strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. All right. Does it matter? Does it matter? I mean, really, does it matter if I read the details or go through the details? No, it doesn't matter. Everything's a friggin' lie anyway. Iran showing restraint. U.S. sanctions unacceptable. Yeah, they are gutting Iran, doing everything that they can. President Donald Trump withdraws from the United States nuclear deal last year, ratchets up sanctions, aiming to strangle its economy, Iran's economy, by ending its international sales of crude oil. And yeah, the mighty United States has said any other country buying oil from Iran, we're going to throw sanctions on you and cripple you. Ha ha ha. Yeah, because we're the mighty moral United States. So those attacks against oil tankers, 4 oil tankers in the Gulf on Sunday apparently were attacked, and no one has claimed responsibility, but Saudi Arabia has said that it's Iran, and U.S. says it's Iran, and everybody's saying it's Iran, and well, we've lived false flags forever. Yes, we're the false flag. Well, we're a team member with Israel. False flags all over. So Trump is sending in aircraft carrier groups, B-52 bombers, and Patriot missiles to the Middle East to counter what the United States calls a heightened threat from Iran to American soldiers and interests in the region. Oh, God, we've got to be protected from Iran, that great terrorist country. Oh, my God. Saudis blame Iran for drone attack amid calls for U.S. strikes. Oh boy. And let's see. U.S. accuses Iran of attack on Saudi tankers. What else? Oh, Trump bans trade in Iranian metals, seeking to crush economy, puts sanctions on everything coming out of Iran. We're going to crush you because we want to take over the world. Mark Rubio, salesman for neocon, total war on Iran. Yes, these are your representatives in Congress. Aren't they fabulous? Mark Rubio is trying to tell us Trump's neocons are not interested in a war with Iran, despite the fact they have loudly and persistently called for one for 2 decades. Lying up the wazoo is what we are great at. That's what we are exceptional at. Yeah, we are exceptional in our gross immorality, evil, lying. Lying. That's the American language. Lying. That's the American way to converse. Oh, God. So done with this. Sick of it. Undermining Trump-Bolton war narrative, British general says no evidence of increased threat from Iran. Yep, no evidence. What else do we have? Well, we have the State Department evacuating employees from Baghdad embassy over unspecified Iranian threats. Wait. This guy says there's no evidence of increased threats. No. Well, just pull them out, yank them out, because they are a threat. They are a threat. And you should believe us, because we don't lie. We're great. We're morally superior. U.S. suspends all passenger and cargo flights to Venezuela. Oh my God. We're really going for it. Oh my God. It's so sick. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how much evidence, facts, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What you believe, you hang on to that belief. That's right. Even though that belief is founded on a lie, you hang on to your belief. Trump is great and he's making America great again. And Jesus is going to come down. And Jesus protects. No one's protected at all, but hey, hang on to that belief. Hang on it, you know? Hang on to the belief that, you know, these people in Congress are actually going to rein in the executive branch. Hang on to the belief that we've got a constitution. Yay, Americans! We have freedom here. Meanwhile, they're not noticing the noose around their neck. Yeah. U.S. policies are worse than most people imagine, including virtually every conceivable form of lawlessness that has been going on for decades, as our officials, our authorities, our presidents and representatives lie through their teeth. Mainstream media lies through their teeth. The American people know it. And this is what we've lived for decades. It's like a sludge that just gets thicker and thicker by the day. Actions include instigating wars, waging drone wars, orchestrating color revolutions and coups, interfering in foreign elections, assassinating heads of state like, hey, JFK, RFK, MLK, countless others abroad. Yeah, interesting article. Interesting. Yeah, so much evidence. Oh yeah. U.S. Special Forces School publishes new guide for overthrowing foreign governments. Wow, this just came out 5/8/19. And Americans, it's Newsweek, okay? Mainstream media. Believe mainstream media, right? Okay. Well, you should believe this because you can get this on the internet and read it. Support to resistance, strategic purpose, and effectiveness. That's right. United States Special Operations Command. How to take over countries, foreign governments, how to overthrow them. Yay, America. And this guy, a sick, twisted, whoa, he's scary. Don't even want to look at this face because it just kind of vibrates a frequency that is very dangerous. So now we're suspending all flights and cargo flights. Everything to break Maduro, Venezuela, so that we can go in and steal their resources. Oil. Oh, Iran. Oil. Iraq. Oil. Libya. Oil. It's not just oil. It's lithium, the metals, the minerals. Yeah, we want it all. And we are Americans. So just because we're Americans, well, we deserve everything. Anywhere in the world, we deserve it. Because we're great. Oh, boy. 60 years of this. 60 friggin' years. Silicon Valley giants collaborate with the U.S. government on Venezuela. Of course. Of course. Yeah, whenever you speak out on a public forum against internet censorship, like the recent Instagram, Facebook banning of Louis Farrakhan, InfoWars, and several right-wing pundits, you always offend two major political groups. And yes, they've been taking down and shadow banning the truth about Venezuela. Here's the truth about Venezuela. How about that truth about Syria? More evidence. Oh my God. Leaked document pokes more holes in establishment Syria narrative. You know that Duma chemical attack? Trump. Oh, Assad. He's an animal. He has used chemical weapons against his own. I've got to go in and bomb. So that's what I did. I bombed. Based on a lie. Oh, wait, not even based on a lie. Because no intelligence had come in. He bombed immediately. And still he had Trump supporters. Wow. It says a lot about those supporters. A whole lot. Yeah, there was two engineers apparently here. An investigation was undertaken by an engineering sub-team beginning with on-site inspections in April and May 2018, followed by a detailed engineering analysis, a report. The report of this investigation was excluded from the published final report of the OPCW fact-finding mission. That's right, because that report, well, it was counter. It went counter to the official narrative. So we're just going to leave it out. Well, it's now out. Unpublished engineers report. More evidence that we just lie through our teeth. Sickening. Sickening display this country has of being moral. How the West's war in Libya has spurred terrorism in 14 countries. That's what we do. Yes. The Americans love that narrative. Oh, we're spreading democracy all over the world as we spread violence, terrorism, and millions upon millions have already lost their life. Those who have to live life after the spread of U.S. democracy get to suffer every friggin' day. Yay! USA, USA, USA. Yep, I'm tired of it. Baby boomers, Gulf of Tonkin, don't you remember? Don't you remember? And how many Gulf of Tonkins have there been since Gulf of Tonkin? 2.0? Oh God, no. Maybe 10, I don't know, 15.0. War is good for re-election. Yeah, it's bad for America. Oh, but we love war. We love war because war has been ongoing for my entire life. And clearly, you know, Americans, they support their troops wherever they are. Doesn't matter how obvious it is that those troops ain't doing a thing for the Americans that support them, who support them. It's a joke, you know, joke, a delusional. But it's so weak, you know, and so fragile. All you have to do is put your finger very, very gently up to that, you know, delusional bubble, and you break it. And then they get angry. And their anger reinforces their bubble walls. Oh boy, do we need to change. Mike Pompeo's version of Jesus Christ. Endless war, open-ended surveillance at home. Cool. Love it. Love living in this delusion. You know what's upsetting though? Because so many people do believe the lies over and over and over again. They believe it. Yep. Okay. Well, yeah, we found out that getting into Iraq was a lie. Gulf of Tonkin was a lie. Yeah. Well, all right. So, but this time they're telling the truth. This time, because, well, it was Obama in office and their team leader was in the White House. So they believed it. They believed him. despite all of the evidence that proved that he was a lying sack of shit. Now we got the other team in office. And, well, his supporters. Yep, team leader. Don't care about the truth. I just care about my team. I just care about my leader. You know, we've lived the low life, thinking we're on the high road. This is a good article, which just came out May 13. Oh, yeah, it goes into everything that I've said and other people have said, but it's worth reading again. U.S. press reaches all-time low on Venezuela coverage. Now, I have said to Trump supporters, I've said it several times, how it is that you can support this guy, I don't understand. Based on all of the evidence that you can see on my playlist. No, I don't think a lot of people go to that playlist, those who support Trump. They just want to attack. You know, our minds, how they work. It's really remarkable. But I've asked also, in every Venezuela video that I've posted, virtually all, Trump supporters, how is it that you can support Trump? I mean, what is it that you are thinking about what he's doing in Venezuela? Because it's very obvious. No one has responded. Not one. Analyzing 76 total press articles of the elite press from January 15 to April 15 this year, 2019, fairness and accuracy in reporting could find not one voice that opposed Trump's regime plans in Venezuela. 54% openly supported the Trump administration's plans. Okay. I'm glad that the author of this article, Daniel Kovalik, brought up what I've been bringing up. You're watching a staged play with mainstream media and Trump. Trump has had conflict for, well, as long as I can remember. Trump is a media whore. He loves that attention, as a good narcissist would. And conflict. Everything conflict. Rosie O'Donnell and his war with Rosie and her being fat. Trump. I mean, the immaturity was unbelievable. It was Rosie O'Donnell, Donald Trump, their war, calling one another names. Talk about immaturity. Oh my God, this country is so unbelievably, it's like, I don't know, not even junior high. It's more grade school. And he's continued that, in his tweets, conflict with everybody, mainstream media. How is it, Carol, that you can't see that everyone is attacking him? My God, how is it that you can't even consider that is part of the staged play? Okay. How is it with all the evidence that the economy is tanking, mainstream media is not mentioning any of that evidence, but they are saying that the economy is just doing swell? If they were so against Trump, they would be hitting hard on the truth about the economy, but they don't. The wars. If they were against Trump, they would be presenting all of the evidence that what the Trump administration has been saying about Venezuela is a lie. But they don't. They support him by pushing such war lies as the Gulf of Tonkin, the killing of babies in Kuwait, to get us into that Kuwait war, the WMDs of Iraq and the alleged Viagra-fueled rapes in Libya. How could we possibly believe anything our government officials say about Venezuela, Iran, any country? The current war lies are coming fast and furious from such outlets as CNN, which lied about seeing Maduro forces lighting aid containers on fire at the Colombian border. It was, in fact, opposition forces which did so, as the New York Times admitted 2 weeks later, and which claimed that U.S. puppet Juan Guaido actually won the presidential election. Why is mainstream media going along with what Trump has been saying about Venezuela? Because they're all on the same team. And the team is war. It's a war team. That's it. That's what we are good for. War. What is it good for? It's good for the elite. Money in their pocket. Nicolas Maduro won the presidency fairly. Quite stunning, though. Total unanimity of the press in uncritically covering and supporting the ongoing coup in Venezuela. This is baffling because the same press outlets, which have been rightly critical of Trump for all of his stupidity, lying, and meanness, have suddenly found him brilliant, true, and benevolent when it comes to Venezuela. This is particularly remarkable given that his partners in this crime are neocon John Bolton, former CIA Director Mike Pompeo, who recently joked that the CIA's true motto is "We lied, we cheated, we stole," and convicted liar Elliot Abrams, yay, ha, drain that swamp. What? No. Okay, it's clogged. We can't drain it. We're just going to dump more of those who can live in swamp waters. As for Abrams, he is infamous for his role in the illegal funding of the Nicaraguan Contras, his covering up of the El Mazote, or is it Mazote? No, Mazote, I believe, massacre in El Salvador, in which over 1,000 civilians, mostly women and children, were killed by U.S.-backed forces, and his aiding and abetting in the U.S.-backed genocide in Guatemala. Hey, that's a good guy to make a special envoy to Venezuela. And that's what Trump did. Somehow, we are to believe from our free press that this band of rogues is going to deliver democracy and human rights to Venezuela. How could we possibly believe that we're delivering democracy, human rights to anyone, considering our record, which is very clear? Where is the voice of Americans? Where is the voice of Trump supporters? Never mind the fact that Trump himself is president after losing to Hillary Clinton by nearly 3 million votes, and that the U.S., in the words of former President Jimmy Carter, no longer has a functioning democracy. As for Venezuela, on the other hand, Carter has said that its electoral process is the best in the world. Their electoral system is the best in the world. Not only did Carter say that, but others have said it. But yeah, we're going to go in and remove Maduro and put in his seat our puppet. Do you know how many people suffer from our actions? Do you know how many people suffer? Well, we suffer. I suffer You know, if you really regard the truth as sacrosanct, it's a blow every friggin' day to live in this country. And I know that a lot of you are feeling it too. It's hard to be around the energy that has manifested in this country. It's hard to be around your fellow Americans who don't give a shit about anything but their own self. It's very hard to be around people who love their ignorance, believe lies, simply because it's easy. Oh, but they claim that they're hard workers. No, you're lazy. You're lazy. That hard work that you think you're engaged in, it's simply what you do every single day. You're a robot, just getting up, doing the same thing every single day. Changing oneself. That's hard work. Yeah. This same captive press incessantly tells of us, of all the deprivations and travails in Venezuela, while refusing to explain how UN expert Dr. Alfred de Zayas has concluded this state of affairs is largely the result of brutal U.S. sanctions. Recently, respected economist Jeffrey Sachs co-authored a report showing that since August of 2017, over 40,000 Venezuelans have died due to the U.S. sanctions, which have deprived Venezuela of food and life-saving medicines. Hey, but I don't care about that. Really. Also unheard are any of the 6 million Venezuelans who voted for Maduro in May 2018, many of whom turned out for massive pro-government demonstrations. Instead, the press gives ink and airtime only to mostly white, well-off, and English-speaking individuals who support the opposition, giving the false impression that Maduro has no support. And that's what we do across the board. This is what we do. We give attention to what we care about. We don't care if we have to lie to get what we care about. And that's how we roll. And it ain't going to stop. Because we don't have the Americans who care too much. They can wade through the sludge with ease. Some of us, very hard. So, you were all worried about that Iran war with Clinton in office. Well, Venezuela, Iran, World War III, possible, here we go. Who knows? Everything is a stage show. You got to be on the inside to know. Now, their next step. All links are below.